of love.
It is the day of love, St. Valentine's. St. Valentine's
I've got so
Day.
much love to give.
We do have so much love to give.
I don't know about you. I'm saying me specifically.
Well, I have a lot of love I need to receive today. I'm not going to lie. The pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download it now, so in 20 minutes from now, we go to our betting section. You can win money right alongside with us, or lose with us and suffer together. Either one.
Come on, bro.
When you do download it, though, make sure you type in promo code DNVR. I got D-Line here.
What's up, guys? I'm feeling a little amorous.
Are you? You've been looking at me a little weird all night.
I'm just saying, like, maybe we can cut this short. That's all.
Oh, wow. Then over here, I got Dev. For a second.
I'm just like opposite of him. I'm excited to be here.
Right.
Very, very mean
Thank
today,
you.
and it's the day of love.
I would say that just in general, we're sort of opposite of each other. But we work together so well.
Not our nightlives.
Yes.
Too many inside jokes going on. Too many inside jokes going on here. We got a lot of stuff up for you today, guys. We have a interesting I think it's interesting. You guys might find it painfully uninteresting about a quote that Andrew Bogut had about Andre Iguodala that I just found so fascinating and touches on a lot of my personal theories about this Denver Nuggets team. We're going to play a little Love Doctor with Dr. Dev later on. I can't wait for that. It is Valentine's Day. You know, we need to settle some love issues that might be plaguing the Denver Nuggets. And then, of course, later in the show, we're going to get to bets and pick some winners for tonight. But first, our game notes. The Nuggets in town for the final game of their homestand, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. This is always a tough, I'm not going to lie, guys. I really, it's a rare time when the Lakers come to Denver but do not have home court advantage since it's an empty arena. Usually this is a straight-up Lakers game.
Yeah, every single time you go to a game in Denver, it's nothing but purple and gold everywhere. Everywhere.
Quiet.
Everyone's just like screaming loudly. It doesn't even matter if they're good or if they're not good. It's just always L.A. in Denver. Everyone's so upset.
Yeah. It's a tough one, but thankfully that's not the case tonight. It's a straight home game because nobody's there. So
it's true. It's true. It's funny. You're right. Like, it's at Ball Arena. It should be, by all rights, be a Nuggets advantage, but it's like not.
Do you think that the teams that come in on a away game and then they come in and everyone's still making it feel like a home thing, do you think that that's like a mental edge that they get into?
I don't like this question.
I was saying the last bummer I have here, the Avs are trying to win with 45 seconds. Last bummer I have on this topic was Sean Keeler, who I think is a very good writer for the Denver Post, had a piece today, and I like his stuff, but he had a piece today about the Rockies fans and Cubs fans have an alliance, and I'm thinking, no, the F they do not.
I know.
What are we doing here?
I can't believe when I was miserable about the Arenado news, I never once considered the Cubs fans.
Oh, I know.
I feel so. I don't know. Like, I feel gross.
Yeah, I felt gross. I don't want to go. At some point, I'm gonna be. It might be on TDSP. It might be somewhere. I'm gonna have like an epic rant about this specific idea and how sadly it might be a little bit true, but nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. Dev, a lot of players questionable. A lot of things going on. Who's in, who's out for the Nuggets today?
So for the Nuggets, going into the game, they said that Jamal Murray would not be in, but it looks like he went through pregame workouts, and they determined that he would be playing. And not only is he playing, he's starting. Will Barton is
They
out.
weren't going to bring him off the bench. Yeah. That was never
Will Barton is out for personal reasons.
Right.
So that's the players. Gary Harris is out. The guy that he says is real. He's out. Greg Whittington is also out. He's out. And PJ Dozier. For the Lakers.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, that is a lot. Anthony Davis is going to give it a go. He is playing tonight for the Lakers.
Ugh. I don't like any of this. So what I heard was that Jamal Murray goes through pregame workout and looks terrible. Like, has to take multiple breaks to retighten his shoes and is and then he's going to give it a go. So I'm a little nervous about Denver's guard depth tonight. I'm not going to lie, guys.
Yeah, this is like a weird place to be where you're like, wow, what a warrior, gutting through it. But also Jamal, just take some time.
Yeah, just take some time off, man.
But also we need him. But
it's not true.
I don't know what to do.
It's so true. Whatever option would have happened tonight, I would have been like, damn it.
I know.
Jamal's out. Jamal's in. Should have taken it off. It's kind of the state of the Nuggets at the very moment.
No,
and then Anthony
Jamal's
Davis.
in, big honey.
Yeah. And so then the Nuggets guard rotation tonight looks like Jamal Murray. Who knows going to start? Has starters come out yet?
So starters did come out. It looks like Monte Morris is going to join the starting lineup. So it'll be Jamal Murray, Monte Morris, Michael Porter Jr., Paul Millsap, Nikola Jokic.
So that means with the addition of Monte Morris, like you didn't know, maybe they would have put in JaMychal Green or somebody like that, or Zeke Naji or something. With that, it means for certain that Michael Porter is matched up with LeBron James. To me, that is the story of the game.
I don't think that's right.
It's 100% right.
No, I don't think they'll be.
Who's going to guard him?
Paul Millsap. It always is.
All right, so is he on Anthony Davis then?
They might be Jokic. I don't know.
So
actually,
is he on Marc Gasol? Come on,
no,
man.
I think it'll probably be MPJ and Anthony Davis because he's more likely to float out around the outside.
That's also
horrible.
It's
I don't
a
know.
nightmare. Actually, I
Anthony
just closed my
Davis,
eyes and thought about
like
a
when LeBron cooks dudes like Michael Porter Jr., he just blows by them.
Right.
That's not Anthony Davis's game. Like MPJ's length can actually give Anthony Davis a little bit of trouble.
I think he's going to guard LeBron. I actually just think that's how it's going to go, and Paul Millsap is going to stick to Anthony Davis. And
well, just the fact that we're identifying it as a total nightmare,
is a total nightmare.
Show,
no matter
like
what.
maybe they should steer away from
Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
This is as much to do with LeBron part of it as it does the Michael Porter part. But let's be honest here. Here's the other thing. It does suck. Like, it's probably not going to go well. This feels like a low pressure. It feels a little low pressure for Denver because, like, at this very moment, I'm expecting a Lakers comfortable win because Denver's just too short-handed at the moment. Like, whatever. But this so happens to be, I think, the 5-year or I think 5-year anniversary of the Wancho game. Actually, yesterday was, but we're gonna roll that over.
I need to get my shimmy warmed up.
I'm just saying, like, this is a game where right now I don't expect Denver to win, but should they win,
Adam's in
we're gonna be honking like a goose in the post-game show.
Adam's in mega bummer mode. If you're looking to get fired up from this game, like every time Adam talks, call me. Like
I had a frozen pipe today. It's been a horrible day. Absolutely miserable day.
Adam is a walking frozen pipe right now.
As I'm walking frozen pipe, indeed. Let's move on, guys. I want to talk about this quote from Andre Iguodala that was actually, it's not a quote from Andre Iguodala. It's a quote from Andrew Bogut speaking to Ethan Strauss, one of my favorites. You guys all know this, on his podcast, and it's about IQ players. I'm going to read for you the parts that I find are pertinent. It's a little long here. Stick with me. He plays basketball the right way at all costs. This is Bogut speaking of Iguodala. He could not stand the low IQ players to the point where it would be awkward because he'd be in them. Or he'd go to management and be like, get them the F out of here. They can't fit in here. I get it to an extent because the way we play, he's talking about that great Warriors team, a lot of stuff we did was read and react. We had quick hitter plays and all that kind of stuff, but 40 of the 48 minutes we're playing in that flow state, that read and react, that, hey, when I go here, you better have my back. When I come off this way, you better space that way. If you wouldn't adapt to that, if you were from a system in high school or college where you were very regimented, where you needed to be told where to go and stand, you couldn't play with us. And Andre, he would lose his shit. He wanted high IQ players. He hated guys with bad habits. Now, I've often compared the Nuggets to those Warriors teams because I think, and I've heard a lot of people saying they should run more plays for Michael Porter. They should tailor more of this or that. And I always say to do that is to get a short-term gain for an individual, but not the team. The Nuggets right now are the 5th best offense. They have their great starting offense. When Jokic's on the court, their offense is insane. You might make it better for a player, but to perfect Denver and to win with Nikola Jokic, you have to be able to play that read and react basketball because the ceiling of that is way up here. It's championship level stuff, and it's one of the few ways I envision a championship in Denver. So he's talking about this. Andre Iguodala, tough on guys that way. I think Jokic is also tough on. I think it's very similar to how Jokic approaches it.
Oh, this is the difference between. This is like a personality shift, though. This is like if Jokic was a dick,
right?
He would be Andre Iguodala,
right? Maybe,
but like Jokic is like a
Iguodala's super smart, man.
Yeah,
Super
but he's
smart.
a dick.
Yeah,
like,
super dick as well.
Yeah. Like Jokic would never give a quote like that. He'd be like, "We need to work together."
Well, so
like,
Jokic does sometimes drop these, though.
No,
If you
but
know,
not
he always
like that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, not like this.
He doesn't go to management and like, get these guys the F out.
You know, he's getting closer, though, I would say, actually. If you follow Jokic's quotes through year by year, he gets a little bit more to the point. And, of course, this also pertains to the story from Sam Amick we talked about on the last one, which was him going to Michael Porter. And I think his quote to Michael Porter was something like, you know what that was. Like, when he asked him about the shot, and he's like, you know that it was a bad shot. Like, don't come here asking me if it was bad or good. Like, you know the answer to that. And I do think there's something with Jokic. I don't think he wants Michael Porter out. I don't know. But I don't think it's that. I think he's like, no, I have no sympathy for people that don't want to play the right way.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a great leader to have on the court. I mean, it's a little awkward coming from Andre Iguodala because, like he's been in Denver, he was with Philly, and he wasn't that guy. But then he goes to Golden State and they're playing the correct way. But then also it's like, okay, this is a person that has seen it on both sides, and he gets to see the winning side of it. Plus he's so like such a smart player that is actually going to get you better. Having a player that's going to like basically be your coach while on the court is better than it just coming from one guy. So Malone's not the only one that's attacking you in like per se, but if you're one of your better players and a player that you look up to is also giving you the same type of guidance and letting you know this is how you become a better player, then that's the best, and that's how you have to learn. And hopefully the Nuggets find someone else other than only Nikola Jokic, and other guys are doing the same thing, because they're only going to reach their ceiling if Michael Porter Jr. is at his best.
But I'm just bitter now. Like the more I'm thinking about this, like
if I told you it wasn't Iguodala, if I told you it was like any other person,
the team that he scorned, that he threw under the bus, that he became the mole and informed on, did play the right way in Denver.
Yeah, they did.
And what he threw the whole team out. You know what? Screw you up.
He also helped them get to 57 wins. I mean, like he was also a really good player. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Now that we can
I don't have nearly as much hatred for Andre Iguodala as most people seem to, and I apologize. But he is like I do think he's tough. He would hate my guts. Like apparently he really hates media. But my whole point about this is just like I've argued with people so much, and this is a thing where like I'm very confident in this take. Like there's certain things I'm like, we'll find out over time. I'm very confident in the idea of like, no, the way to success for the Denver Nuggets is read and react basketball. You're always going to have those quick hitters. You're always going to say, hey, let's get this guy a bucket, let's get this guy going. You're always going to have those. But the onus is more on the players to figure out, and the coaching staff and everything else, but it's on the players to learn how to play basketball, because there is an endless amount. Calling set plays for players, that's an equation. That's A plus B equals C. Read and react basketball is an algorithm. It has an infinite amount of possibilities to it. It's if this happens, then that happens, and so forth, and a nonstop of that, and it can't be guarded. And you have one of the few players ever invented most capable of playing that. You have a player who is the most athletic brain. Maybe not the most athletic body, but the most athletic brain.
It's getting weird.
Well,
and the best example of that, if you just look back, is those classic San Antonio Spurs teams.
So
like,
classic.
It's just so much IQ on the court that you don't have to have the athleticism. You don't have to have big time scoring going on from everyone around, because it was. I mean, Tim Duncan was the face, but everyone pitched in. Manu was doing whatever he had to do.
Yeah,
Tony Parker. You had all these guys that were so smart. Boris Diaw, so smart, and they're doing everything that you need. That it's like it's the highest that you can go.
Well, so let me ask you this: the Nuggets have a lot of youth on their roster, even at the top. Their best players, a lot of youth, and quiet guys also. The roster's still quiet. Do you think they need an Andre Iguodala type? I'm not saying Iguodala, but do you think they need a smart veteran player who knows the game that can be like, hey, you know why you're not scoring points? Because you don't ever cut the right way. You don't ever read the court. And also like showing and like, hey, here's how you think the game.
Well, I mean, Jokic is that. Do we need another?
He needs to be better at this for sure.
So my thing is that my answer is yes. And that's why I think that all of these other teams keep an old vet that's respected on their team. If you have a guy that everyone has to respect and everyone loves, you're going to listen to that guy. They're labeled the OG or whatever. But it's not only the coach that's telling you. So this is a person that you can respect and you can see, because they're also going through it with you, but it's also a person that has been to like the promised land.
Are you talking about a guy that's actually on the court, or just an like a player coach?
No, a player that's going on the team.
I think it's always better if it's a player that actually plays.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to find the perfect player that's going to play but not above Michael, because I do think like Paul Millsap's this guy, but you know how it is. Bigs deal with bigs more. It's hard for him to go out and tell a point guard how to play point guard, because it's not a spot he's never done before.
Winners hang with winners.
A wing and a wing. Like, I do think the Nuggets could use that type of guy, and I don't know who that guy is. I don't have it like off the top of my head, but that type of veteran guy that's like, hey man, here's how you pick your spots in this league. Like, right, let's look at the film right there. This was a chance where you could have done this and gotten a shot off.
I know if you gave 3 seconds thought about this, who you'd come up with.
Joe Ingles?
No, you come up with Chris Paul is who you'd come up with.
Well, of course he would be exactly. This is part of the value. That's oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. But
see what happened 3 seconds in.
They're not going to get that guy, but maybe there is another guy that just knows this read.
But honestly, like although he's not an OG, like Monte Morris plays in a cerebral way. Like,
no doubt, but again, he's a guard, and I know this is a little different. He's a point guard. The read and react is different for a point guard than it is for a big, than it is for a wing. And I feel like
but here's a question: like, you can't improve your intelligence.
Like, yeah, you can. Basketball, we talked about this all the time. Basketball is not rocketry. Like it is complicated.
Sure, but I'm saying like you don't. you can be like, you can have things explained to you. You can sort of like learn how to play off specific players, but you're never going to become a smarter player in that. Like,
I disagree with this. I actually disagree with this take. Yeah, I really do.
In basketball, if this happens, then I should do this every single time.
This is all basketball is in a read and react situation. Is everything creates a new option, and there's not that many options. There's like 5 options. It's like I'm either cutting, I'm sliding, I'm stay put. Like there's not that many things.
So
you
think
have to do.
there's hope for Michael Porter Jr. to
No
reach?
question, not hope. No question. I would be wanting to trade him if I thought there wasn't, because I don't think the answer is just posting him up here.
It doesn't seem like Iguodala agrees with you. He wants to get rid of everybody.
Well, because Iguodala was at the Warriors. He's at the twilight of his career, and they have this team that's awesome. He's like, dude, they had Steph, they had Clay, they had Draymond, they had him.
And he knows that, he also knows that they're not getting rid of those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the new guys that are coming in. Yeah. What's the guy's name that they got rid of for or they drafted for the money only? He's like out of the league now. Like it's those guys that they bring in that they don't care, but like they care, but it's like, okay, if he's not like pitched in, if he's not doing what he has to do, then he could get out. Yep. He can't do that with Michael Porter Jr. because he knows he's going to be around. So he would try to teach him like small things to get better.
He might try to trade him. He might have gone to management and like, yo, this ain't it.
There's no way he's doing that. But but at the same time, like they're going to say, okay, you take him under your wings and you be that guy for him.
The best would be if they had another forward that was a veteran forward that played alongside Michael Porter that was like, hey, man, here's how you do this. You know, somebody that was alongside him, you know what I mean, that could be there. But we got to keep it moving, guys, because my next segment I'm too excited about. It's Valentine's Day. I think it's time we call in a love doctor.
Yeah, I got a broken heart.
Let me see if there's a love doctor I can get a hold of here in short order. On the phone here. We got the love music going, I assume. We got a little... sexy music.
I myself am feeling a little under the weather in the love department.
It looks like we found a love doctor. Looks like we have one here. Love Dr. Dev.
Hello. How's it going?
Oh, man, wow. I feel like I'm gonna learn so much. I feel like I'm back in middle school and learning all about love for the first time.
So smooth. I love it. He just slid right in, smashed his foot on the table.
It is. What is it today? Valentine's Day.
Today is Valentine's
Day, and I think we need to talk about a couple different relationships that are going on in the Denver Nuggets right now. Right now I want to focus in on Will Barton and his relationship with Nuggets fans. It's been tumultuous. It's been up and down. There've been breakups and hookups, and
there's been a lot of ugly things said that can't be taken.
That's been a lot of ugly. Is there any salvaging this, or do they just have to learn to stay together for the kids until they depart?
Okay, so Will Barton, he seems to be already in the starting lineup. So he's also in the circle of trust that Michael Malone has built. He's also like a veteran, an OG on the team that has been around like since its first started.
Really was.
All right,
so he was here.
He was here when things were not good, and he stuck it out with you. He's been himself the entire time. He has not changed up, and also. Your favorite and beloved player, Nikola Jokic, loves to play alongside him. So why would you get rid of someone that he feels comfortable with out there? You got to just go with Will Barton, and you got to be with him with the ups and the downs because he was with you guys on the ups and the downs.
Oh, my God. You hear that, Nuggets Nation? It's time to kiss and make up.
This is tough. This is like in couples therapy, and the doctor's like, it's all your fault. He's like, really? Listen, there's not a give and take here.
No, we can't point fingers here, but listen, you heard the good doctor. We got to make it work.
So here's an interesting thing about this is about just the nature of being a fan. And that is that I find it, and we fall into this too, where we're like, trade this guy, don't like that guy getting minutes or this or that. And I'm trying to be less of that. Because I do think part of rooting for a team is like rooting for the entirety of that team. Like this idea of like it's our guys and you want to do it with our guys. And he's the one guy that I just feel like the whole fan base, for whatever reason, just they want to move on. You can't move on in life sometimes.
Here's a great question coming from the chat. One, let's see, how do you pronounce this?
I think this is good luck.
Harrison Wind?
Oh, it's Vine. It's Vine. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, Harrison Vine says, how does Dr. Love's girl deal with him working on Valentine's Day?
This is a very tough one, and this is one that I have thought about myself, but I've been in the business of minding my own.
Oh.
So I don't answer those type of questions.
Okay, well, stay the F out of his business.
Yeah, stay the F out. I got another relationship that I feel like, hasn't really quite hit off just yet.
Do tell.
Michael Malone and his new side piece, Michael Porter Jr. You know, they just it just doesn't seem like the chemistry is quite ever clicked. What do you prescribe for them to really take the relationship to the next level?
You know, when you have a side piece that is just like as beautiful as Michael Porter Jr.
I gotta listen to this. I can relate to this.
It's actually poetic. You know, like you know, first off, you need to keep your side piece happy because it keeps you happy.
Sure.
And everyone else around, everyone else around
the
you
old
just
adage,
knows it.
happy side piece, happy life.
Yeah, so everybody knows that. You know, ask Lil Will. But with that being said, we already know that he has the potential to become a main, you know, and when you have the potential to be a main as a side piece, you're actually rising up the ranks. You have all of these intangibles, all of these things that you could build on, and you really do want to make it work because you just found out that side piece has children on the way. So you already know that you're going to be in their life for a very long time, So why not just make it work? Move your real one out and bring the side piece in.
Do you feel like that relationship has shown progress over the last several weeks?
Yes, I really do. I think that there's more communication. I think that the side piece is starting to understand what you have to do in these type of situations. Like there's give and take in every single relationship. Everyone knows that. Yeah. Adam, you're a married man. Everybody knows there's give and take. So Michael Porter Jr., he has been at a low, but he's starting to see if I do things better, if I give more energy, if I am in a better spot, more things come with me. Because now he is a starter. Not only is he a starter, but there is Mike moments that are about to come, and I feel
it's all about the Mike moments. You'll put up with a lot for those Mike moments.
I like what he's saying though. Like the side piece is about to be sitting in the front seat.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yep. So hustle and flow.
Really interesting relationship we have going on here. This is my last one. This is my last one. It feels like there's been a real schism with these two lately.
Schisms.
A real schism, real break. Jamal Murray and wide open 3-pointers. They used to love each other.
Yeah, what's happening there?
They used to be so close. They used to, you know, always know the right thing to say. Now I feel like they don't even look at each other.
Yeah, see, what I've seen with this type of situations, this is something that I've seen before, you know, and what I've prescribed to these people is don't go away from things even if they're not working. Make sure that you work through these type of things. Stop approaching it in different ways, but go back to what was working. You know, all of the step backs, all of the waiting till the defense comes up, all of the just turning down bad shots because you're not believing in yourself.
Stop playing.
Go away from that. Jamal, you are better than this, and you are a player that can shoot open shots. You're a player that can shoot contested shots, but you got to open it up and you got to fill yourself out. And that's why I think that Jamal Murray is going to be close. Not quite there, but he's close to being back to who he was. Just give him a little bit of time.
Oh, baby. Wow.
I feel like a better person after this segment.
I gotta call Holly. I'm realizing how many mistakes I've made.
Guys, Doctor, thank you so much. That was a fantastic. I feel like I learned a lot.
Thanks for having me. And that Devalier guy, that dev guy that you guys have on here.
What do you think about him? We're not fans. What are your thoughts?
That guy knows stuff. So you guys need to start listening to him, okay?
Okay, well.
Bring the graphic back up there, Kale, as we say goodbye to our good doctor here. Yeah.
You know what
what you mean as he leaves and Dev comes back onto the...
Well, I mean, I assume anytime the good doctor is not being filmed, he's probably disrobed in some way, like Leon Phelps.
Dev, you just missed it, man. Wow. There was an incredible doctor.
You know what's hilarious, the commenters? Originally, I was supposed to be the love doctor, and then Dev showed up dressed like that. We were like, what are we thinking?
Yeah, definitely Dr. Dev.
Definitely the love doctor.
All right, you guys, it's time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to open up the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Can we quickly, though, can we show that image that Nuggets.com showed, Kale?
Oh, is there an image or something?
Another little segment for tonight. Look at this.
Oh, it's Hair Corner. It's Hair Corner. Hair Noticer Corner.
Facu Campazzo not only doesn't have bedhead tonight, a fresh cut.
Man, that fresh cut.
What are we thinking? I think, where's Campazzo? Over 500 points. I'm going to take that.
All right, so let's get into this tonight. Eric, do you want to take the wheel here?
Yeah, all right, let's take a look here. So the Denver Nuggets v. the Los Angeles Lakers. Tonight, the Los Angeles Lakers favored by 3 points.
Yeah. I'm surprised by this personally. Nuggets are missing so many dudes.
Yeah, I mean, but they're kind of missing like back-end dudes, right?
So it's PJ Dozier, Gary Harris, and that's it. Will Barton. Yeah.
That's major.
That's pretty major, actually.
You're right. The Will Barton.
Here's the part that I hate about this is it's like so many players that it actually matters a lot, but it's totally going to be like when the Nuggets lose big tonight, they're going to be like, I don't know, like Jokic's team's not that good, and it's going to be so annoying.
Oh my God, listen to Adam. It's such a bummer.
Debbie Downer all
we need the
day.
freaking love doctor back. We got Dr. Loser over here.
I do have Dr. Loser today. I apologize, everyone. I'm going to pick it up. I'm probably not going to pick it up.
So yeah, favored by 3, the LA Lakers. Obviously, we're at the Ball Arena, which has given no discernible advantage to the Nuggets this year. So that's a little bit. I mean, typically.
Coming off wins, though. Coming off some wins.
Coming off some wins. The one difference, so the last time we played the Lakers, if you'll remember, we were going to have Monte Morris was going to be in the starting lineup against the Detroit Pistons. That got canceled, and the next game was against the Lakers. And instead, Malone started off with that insane lineup of JaMychal Green, Paul Millsap.
It kind of worked, too.
A little bit. So, but this is actually just going back to that where we're like, all right, Jamal maybe not healthy enough to run the offense through him. We have Monte Morris. So, I don't know. We'll see if that can pay some dividends. The defensive side is where we're all very worried.
But the Lakers play slow. They don't score a ton. Like, Denver have a shot tonight, in your mind?
No, I do not think that Denver has a shot just because there's so many defensive guys out of the rotation. Also, they have Michael Porter Jr. He's going to have to play like a lot of minutes, and it's going to be against guys that are going to try to attack him like every single time out that are just
no one bother watching the game.
High IQ players. Also, on top of that, you take Monte Morris out of the second lineup, which is already struggling. I'm not sure what you're going to do with that second unit, and you're going against the Lakers, who have a pretty strong second unit that is going to really just try to score with that second unit. So I don't think that's a good one.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Dev. I mean, I'm intrigued to see it. And this is what sports are all about. You live for the moments when a team overcomes, and surprises you. And maybe they'll surprise us tonight, but it would be a surprise. So there you go. You would not be surprised.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I know that last time that the Nuggets played the Lakers, Nikola Jokic had his worst game of the season by a long shot. He was 6 of 16 from the field, which I don't expect him to shoot like that again tonight. So, it was a blowout, though, last time. So I don't know what difference that makes. The other difference here is Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, baby. It's time.
So if we get that Mike game
baby. We need a
the good
Mike.
doctor was talking about, like, sort of all bets are off as far as I'm concerned.
Quick programming note, guys. We're going to go a little long, but Nuggets are on ESPN right now, and I see that there's still several minutes left in that Dallas game, so don't worry. You're not going to miss anything.
It doesn't start till 8:10.
Till 8:10?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we're going to go even really long.
Baby.
Bring me over 0.
Yeah.
We're hammering. Oh, yeah. By the way, if you don't know, you actually can make $25 right now. I'm not lying. You hop on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
2 minutes.
You only got a couple minutes. You got to hop on and you look at that odds boost where it just says if the total combined points scored by the Lakers and Nuggets is over 0 points tonight, if a single bucket is scored at any point in the game, you win your money. So $25, bet on that.
Hedge it though. Take the under.
Yeah, take the under as well. No, you're going to want to do it. It's free 20. If anybody, I just handed you free $25, but you got to do it quick. It's on that front page. Yeah, there is a max. You got It's going to take.
It's going to take out only 25.
Yeah. But what?
So I already have the 25, then I put another 200 on it.
It's gonna kick it back.
Well, yeah. Oh, you might win $2. I did that one time too. Yeah. Well, you will win $2 though, so that's cool.
So all right. So that's the main line. So
let's go to points here tonight because this one's always fun.
So points. Let's
start with the big fella.
So obviously Nikola Jokic, big fella, over 24.5 points. He's been averaging around 25, I believe. I think this is just
on the season. 27.
Is that right? 27 on the season? So this is actually lower than his season average, but they're taking into account last time when he scored, I think, like 12
against
or 13 against the Lakers. But again, that was on 6 of 16 shooting, which I do not anticipate. So
there's also just fewer shots to go around. Like Barton's not there, Gary's not there.
True. So you got to think Nikola Jokic going to be prominently featured in the offense tonight. Michael Porter Jr. on the board, becoming a mainstay. We all love that. His point total set at 15.5, which is a point higher than last game.
It is.
They obviously, like the good doctor, are expecting a Mike performance.
Are you?
Yeah, Mike, I am.
Are we going to take that bet together? Do we want to take Michael Porter?
Yeah, Adam, let's go.
You want to take Michael Porter tonight?
Sure, let's do it.
But I mean, are you feeling it? Your honest analysis.
I'm feeling it.
Because I'm on the fence.
I'm feeling it only because of the fact that Michael Malone has to trust in him, and he has to play him today because there's no one else on the bench that's going to be able to go after him. So he's going to be out there and get minutes. Against a team like the Lakers, he usually has to sit after making a mistake or two or getting attacked too much.
man.
which has been it. But Mike Porter Jr. will be out there today, so yes, I'm on.
10% odds boost on all
Yeah.
NBA bets today. Make sure you opt into that. You go to the odds
in.
boost thing, you opt in, so automatically it's even better now. The odds just went up. That's awesome. I'm with you. We're with it. What's our bet?
So then let's see.
They don't have points for Murray, which is interesting.
No points for Murray.
Millsap weirdly, but it was something like that.
3-pointers. We've got Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5.
Remember, Jokic didn't take a 3 the last time.
Jokic did not take a single 3-pointer last time when he played the LA Lakers. He also didn't take a 3-point shot 2 games ago. I don't really know what to make of that. Like, I don't know if that's something. To me, it's kind of a stay away.
Michael Porter 2.5 though.
That's kind of a
That's a good line.
That's kind of where I'm looking.
You get
here.
positive value though. Are we betting on the same thing? Edgar's loving it. He was putting 2 units on it. You know what? I'm going heavy on Michael Porter. I'm putting a unit on the threes. Putting a lot of eggs in the Michael Porter basket.
There's
here.
also another thing to look at tonight. Nikola Jokic's rebounds are reduced tonight to be over only 9.5. They're normally at 10.5. This was the game that was, after the fact, ruled a non-double-double for Nikola Jokic. His only one for the year where he had a rebound after the fact taken away from him. He ended the game with 10, but actually ended the game with 9 later on. So, I mean, these dark wizards, man, they always make it tough. Like, I don't know if that's 9.5 on Jokic rebounds. Like, there's a lot of like really sticky kind of lines here. Michael Porter Jr. over 6.5 rebounds. That might be something to look at.
Ooh, that's interesting. They're going to need rebounding from him if they're going to have any chance in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love that one.
To be honest, there's not a ton on the slate tonight that I love. Like,
Jokic is going to have the ball in his hands a lot, right? Like, I mean, just nonstop. There's a lot of dudes that are just going to defer to him.
so are you anticipating this being a big assist game for Jokic?
I just also worry the game's not going to have a fourth quarter, you know? Like, I mean, there's always
over
other
here,
chance. Sorry. You know what? I think I'm done with my bets. I think I'm good.
Everyone fade Adam.
You know what? You should fade me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I had that pipe burst. It was very cold. I was outside. It was a very irritable day.
Unbelievable.
Cost a bunch of money, you know.
Unreal.
Had to go to the neighbor's house to shower. It was horrible.
It was a rough day.
It was a rough day, man. It was a rough day. Woke up. You know what? Another thing happened today. My dog threw up on the carpet.
Dude, everyone's
Just a terrible day.
Everyone's dog throws up every day. That's what you can't.
But that's a lot of negative things that happen. So guess what? The Nuggets have a chance to make it better.
Turn it
The Nuggets
all
can
around.
actually turn it all around today on the day of love.
They could, man. They could. All right. Anything else before we get to this game? I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Every single time that LeBron James is in town, it's like fun just to see how you are. You compare yourself against the defending champs and best team in the league right now. So you get to see what you guys have in the Nuggets and what you can work on.
For you?
I'm ready, dude. See, this is like when the chips are against you, like they are right now. When all the chips are down, all the naysayers are coming in, like Adam and Dev, all these non-believers, and then the Nuggets come out and do something that you weren't expecting them to do, like they did with the 7, like they did against the Warriors years ago. Tonight is another opportunity for us to see the joy of sport, and I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
I'm so ready for it. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Can't wait to see you in the post-game lounge. We'll see you then.
Let's go.